Good evening to all my viewers and watchers, and salutations to all my extended ones. You see my host over there, the skipper, and I am your other host, Elefante. Listen, today's forum, we just kicking the Willy Bobo. We're just gonna be discussing a bunch of matters all together. What's going on in our society, our world, as you want to call it, however. You know what I mean? Because there's been a lot of things going on, as y'all may well know. As far as the Kanye West situation, the police just got killed in Bristol. I just want to talk about all that and the perspective of how you see things and how the cards are stacked against us as minorities, what they call it. I like to use that word, but just talking about stuff like that. I want to pick up on this topic I was just reading the other day about this 28-year-old man from Connecticut, Greg Veneas. He got sentenced to 10 years for trying to lure kids into sending him new pornography, and he was a football coach for the kids as well. He had a fake name on his website, luring the little children and sending him new pornography. Where they do that at, yo? The guy got 10 years, which I think he should have got more than that. Because you give this guy 10 years, and then you'll get the next man the same amount for some drugs. How is that equivalent? This guy just did something heinous. Am I right or am I wrong?
Yeah, but let's peel this thing from layer to layer, right?
Yeah.
When you say that he was doing the child pornography thing.
Sending
kids.
Having them send him.
Having them.
Yeah, go both ways.
So how did, was he...
He was was
he trying to was he portraying himself as an adult?
No, he had a fake website, he had a fake page. As he was a kid, he was the same age as them. Let me clarify that.
Yeah,
that's what I was saying.
Right.
And they get hit him with, fake, all that, how they use their wording for trying to be a minor to lure the kids in, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And that's and I'm like, wow, you go to that extent, just, people are crazy, you know what I'm saying? Their mindsets, the devilish.
All of that stuff should be where it be harsh. If I'm dealing with punishment, right? And if I'm dealing with the law, if I'm a person that's law abiding, right? Or if I'm for the laws, that's one of the things that I would want to prosecute to the fullest, dealing with children as far as taking advantage of children and stuff like that. Those situations should not start at no lighter sentence, no a year probation, 5 years, whatever. Yeah. It should start at 25 years. No, seriously.
Yeah.
Because you got to think about a kid mental mind state. Now, we're going to sit back and we build on this situation. You go from the possibilities or the probabilities. What can happen to a child's mental? And that should be based on that. Who dealing with the healing process? They're not thinking about that, the healing process of a child, the trauma. Already dealing with trauma, already dealing with peer pressure, already dealing with trying to fit in and all of this stuff. But here it is, a person can come in and start trying to portray something and trying to lure kids in to do stuff like that. And then they just so happen to have two hit series on Netflix, the Jeffrey Dahmer joint. 2 hit shows. Jeffrey Dahmer was a hit. And the show, the movie Dahmer was a good film, even though it was bullshit as far as what the hell he did, this bullshit that he was doing. It was a good film to educate you to see what he was really doing. Nobody really knew unless you was from that town, unless you was from where all of this stuff was happening. Unless you was there, no one really knew what was really going on. They just heard of him being a cannibal, eating people, and going back into this person right here. That's the probability. Those was the possibilities. That person could have sat there and lured these kids in and did some atrocious, messed their whole world up.
And they could have became what he.
That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah, I know. That's
so now where the healing process come in at? So now how could you judge a person for that? There should already be something set in stone for those type of heinous acts, bro. And that's serious for me. You know what I mean? Because at the end of the day, the kids that's the future. No old person can't run this world like that. This is for the kids, man.
That's the future.
If you sitting back and you talk about legacy and leaving stuff for your children and stuff like that, man, leave your kids with a peace of mind to know that they're protected, to know that they're loved, to know that, that if no one else accept them, that their parents accept them. And most importantly, again, you would never let anything happen to those kids. You're protected. Them kids are protected. To me, that's just wild for you to even bring that up, man. And, you know, we're surrounded by a bunch of kids. I'm surrounded by kids all the time. And that's a hurtful thing to think of the possibility. So parents, dig into your children's electronics.
Social media.
Check out all of their little pages, whether it's the texting, TikTok. What is the other one? It begins with an S. What's the other one?
Which one? It begins with what?
Catch. What's the other one? What's those websites? Those sites that the kids be on? TikTok. What's the other one? It begins with an S, right? I can't even think of it. Snapchat.
Oh, yeah,
Snapchat. All of that
like
stuff. You gotta be on this stuff, man. Instagram, whatever. You know what I mean? You have to be on it, because if you don't, your kids do shady, sneaky stuff. Kids get away with a lot of things, and kids are very, very smart to know how to create 1, 2, 3 different pages or
compartmentalize that shit, yo. Like,
yeah,
wow.
They know how to create different pages to slide in and do what they need to do. You dig what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So please, parents, follow behind your kids, man. Check their book bags, check their Snapchats, go into their rooms and go into their dresses and stuff. You have to. There's no privacy rules no more. That's over with. Get to it, kid.
Yeah, man. Just like, you know, and with the transparency of it all, like I said,
Right.
like, you know, like going back to the guy just telling y'all about pornography, like, he
Right.
had 10 years, like my man was saying, you know, we don't even know his background. He could have came up like that. You know what I mean? Like somebody learned him, and that's what his behavior turned out to be. That goes back to what you're saying about like where's the help of it all? Where's
Right.
the what you were saying about like kids need help that go through the situation so they won't
Yeah.
become that person.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But anyway,
But it all starts at home.
yeah, that too. Yeah, that's of course. It
For
always
sure.
starts at home.
And home don't necessarily mean
your
the
house. Yeah, yeah,
The
yeah.
home can be wherever the child is, as long as the child around an adult.
Good people, you
the
know that
child
people.
should always be
Yeah.
protected, man.
Yeah.
Especially the little ones that's innocent, that don't know how to articulate bad things when it happened to them.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Hey, you. Listen,
And what's the other thing that caught your attention? Well, my cousin sent
oh yeah, but the
me and
guy,
you,
the tape. What was his name? Tape. The dude just got killed. I don't know where it was at. The shooting, the police. aired him
yeah, I
out,
don't
too.
know. Yeah, it
But
was.
this guy, sometimes, you know, I don't condone anything when it comes to police brutality, anything of that nature. But this brother, who was, you know, got pulled over by the police, and you know, they rushed his car, and I guess they must have seen him make a slight gesture going towards his buttocks area. And they're like, he got
He
something.
was he sat on
Up under his buttocks,
Yeah,
though.
he sat on it.
Whatever, but they was going
Yeah.
crazy. He wouldn't get out the car. He just wouldn't, comply with what they were telling him to do. And I'm like, come on, brother, man. He opposing them like, yo, I ain't got nothing, I ain't getting out my car, you know, going back and forth with him. And I'm like, see, you know what I mean?
But
I ain't
then
gonna
the
say
next thing you know,
oh,
he went up under that seat and started dumping.
Yeah.
Now they're in the shootout. Okay, corral.
And
Now that was the illest, like one of the illest ones that you could see. Now sometimes
Yeah, yo.
the police, most times what we see as far as what they show us, it appears that the police be all wrong.
yeah, but this one I don't.
You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
this dude right here, which was a black guy,
Tay Smith was
that
his name.
let off.
Tay
He went to it.
Yeah.
He got busy on him.
Yeah, he got busy.
And then after all of that, like when they were shooting out, like he started shooting, bam, bam. He hit one cop. He hit the cop for what they were
The
saying,
arm and
the
the
arm, the leg, the face, and all of this. But my mind was telling me, you had a gun on you. Why you didn't take the fuck off? Like, why would you sit there and pull over like they're not going to try to grab you out the car?
And then contest
being that
them.
you a black dude in this day and age. You gotta be kidding me. Once you see more than one cop coming, that's standard now. More than one cop coming, man, listen. Your options that window start closing. So you better make a fast decision, especially if you, not saying that people should be dirty and do all of the crazy things, but the one decision that you should make, being that if you want it like that, get the fuck out the way. That's it.
Ain't no more to it.
But if you're not in no dirty position and these cops seem aggressive, please It don't make you a punk to comply, man. See, I would have been, now, anybody that know me, 25 years ago, it wouldn't have been too much compromise. It would have been whatever we gonna do, let's get to it. First and foremost, I probably would have jumped out the car before the police anyway. You know what I mean? And that would have been that. Now we gonna get whatever we gonna do, we gonna get to it. If anybody know, people, people might know and might have an understanding of what I'm talking about. It would have been to that. You know what I mean? But now being that I'm much older, much wiser to the fact and deal with understanding, the one thing that I'm not gonna do is sit back and give these people any reason to act up. The trigger finger is already, they nervous already. They already nervous. Now once they brandish that gun and get to it like this, look, man, that's it. That's it. I'm not saying nothing else. At this point, it's gonna be all compromise. I'm gonna do everything that I need to do to get home.
Mm-hmm.
At the end of the day, whether it's that night or if I gotta sit down for a minute in that jail cell or whatever.
I got all my limbs and I'm alive.
I'm gonna make sure that I get home alive. Man, that was the craziest thing in the world. I don't know if anybody's seen this, but I can't think of, the name.
I said Tay Smith. I don't know.
Tay Smith, but I don't know,
I don't know where it happened at.
Yeah. But it don't really happen here. But just be ready because everything spreads like a disease. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Sooner or later it's gonna reach here. You got new younger cops that's coming up, and you don't know how they really feel.
You said was always nervous.
Always nervous. A lot of these police don't even want to be out here no more like that because it's dangerous.
You see the
know what I'm saying?
of kids that don't want to be police now?
Yeah, they don't want to play around. Look at the other one. Let's jump to the other situation where the two cops got killed in that town.
Bristol, yeah, Bristol too.
You know what I mean? Like that right there. I don't know how that. I don't know. I didn't really check into that. You might have more information about it than me. We can get to it though.
Yeah, with that situation, the guy lured him into the house, like called the 911 fake 911 call.
What?
Yeah, and then he got the going at him. You know what I mean? It sprayed him.
You saying that?
It was a fake 911 call. But I don't know if the 911. I'm thinking the 911 call was fake. Maybe I might just be electric, but no, he called the 911. As soon as they got to the cribbo, it was on.
Wow.
I don't get on like the movies you be seeing. Say like you ever seen that? You seen the movie Heat? When them dudes had it, when they
right.
It was one of those sceneries like that.
Like that. See, I didn't pay much
whatever
attention.
He had, he rained off. I think
that's incredible.
More than 50 shots or better.
What?
Yeah.
It was just one person or two people?
It was just him, because they let his brother go, if I'm not mistaken, because it's supposed to be his brother was there too, whatever. But they killed him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So he ended up taking out two police officers, which is.
And he was walking them down.
Yeah, which is, that right there is wow. Everything play on race.
He was white.
What you want to call it?
White. He was white too.
He was a white guy.
Yeah, white guy. And they trying to say he went to school with Aaron Hernandez too, and it was.
Oh,
yeah, I don't know what that got to do.
What that got to do with the price of tea in China?
They trying to say he just his game was. They were trying to put puzzles together.
I met Aaron Hernandez more than one time. What that makes me? No. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Come on, stop it. Knock it off.
One thing is this with that situation.
Always trying to connect dots to justify the situation.
Yeah.
The thing is, I don't know, I can't really speak on it, but that was wild and that was awful.
But it's like that has the police a little bit more discouraged now. Like, damn, I gotta go out here. Some police, they got PTSD too. Like
on high alert.
Yeah. Like everything is like
on high alert
because it could be a fake call. They don't know what call they come into a situation. You know what I mean? So everybody is opposing each other now more than you know what I'm saying. Right. However, everybody's alert when the police come. I'm gonna be ready, or the police gotta go and say I'm gonna be ready. You know what I'm saying? So it's like it's like a standoff now.
I mean, it's
always been like that with us.
Yeah, it's always crazy, but. That's a sad situation, man, and heartfelt to the families that lost. Everyone who lost in the situation. That's a bad situation to walk into, and the end results is even worse because you have 3 dead people. The cause and the effect. Yeah. That's terrible. There's nothing good out of that. You know what I mean? What could you make out of that? That's good because now you're going to have, like we said, high alert. Now is a, you know what I mean? Now they high alert. Now we high alert. You know, the civilians high alert. The police high. The authorities are high alert. Everybody's high
It's
alert.
on edge.
So it's an edgy situation. It's bad. You know what I mean? So, you know, just look, man, think things through. Find somebody to talk to. Have a conversation with somebody. It's all about communication, man. We can't lose the focus on our communication with whoever. You know, a lot of people be frustrated with the police and stuff like that. They don't have that officer friendly thing no more. When the police, one cop used to come up to the school and stand up. You know what I mean? And you felt that authority figure in that school, and you wow, and you know what I mean. And then you got your little fake badge and all of that stuff. You know, you're inspired to do something great.
You might want to be a police after that. Then you see further notice
Right,
until later on down the line. I had a situation like that, but to me, when I was young in school and stuff like that, and that's what my, when you say it, because I said the word hatred of the police occurred when I was younger toward the police. You know what I mean? I thought there was something different until I seen something different from them. You know, I mean, I don't want to go into what happened or what transpired with me in the police when I was younger, what I saw before. I started to not like them anymore, you know?
I mean,
it's not like that anymore.
The environment, though.
Yeah, but no, you know.
The environment, we've seen a lot of stuff.
Yeah, but I'm saying particular cop, you know, they thought this officer-friendly situation at the school. And
Right.
see the same police and do some brutality stuff when you thought he was, you know, something that he was not.
Right.
You know what I mean? That could also have you not like the police when you're thinking one thing of them and then you see them do another. You're like, you know what? You know, but anyway, yeah, like, it's just, this world we living in, man.
It's a problem.
Don't let it deter you. Don't let it discourage you. Still do what you need to be doing, and just stay out of harm's way, man. However, man, take care of your family, man. You know what I'm saying? And just know who you around.
Right.
Know your surroundings, know your whereabouts. Just be attentive, man. You know what I'm saying? Because the cards are stacked. Like that. Remember we talking about that earlier?
Crazy.
The cards are stacked.
And it's stacked against us to lose. And I'm talking about the hue. Be clear about that. It's stacked against us, man. You know what I mean? The darker the color, the worse it is. You know how that goes.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Some people have it worse than others.
Yeah.
But the darker is a lot of things that asserts itself to that. The location, the mannerism, the look. You know what I'm saying? All of that.
The
stuff.
name,
Everything, the name, all of that stuff. You know what I mean?
Yo.
So all of that stuff, it incorporates itself into that. But you know, people just be mindful, man, and just learn how to communicate better. You know what I mean, with the authorities, or quote unquote authorities and stuff like that. I mean, I don't know. Like I said, I don't know that situation well. I wish I would have known about it, but
What's that?
the situation with the two cops.
Oh yeah.
That, like I said, you know, deepest sympathy, condolences to all the families, everyone who lost in that situation. There's nothing good out of that, you know. Another thing that I know people notice too, is like, it just seems like there's a lot of death around.
Yeah.
You know?
It's in the air too, like the black clouds.
There's a lot of
definitely
death,
hovering
a
over.
lot of death around.
Yeah.
You know, and that's, you know, and it's all sad for us. You know, no one never want to see a person leave in no way, shape, form, or fashion that way. If you can, you know, if you can live with that person and stay in that moment of time, it probably would be a beautiful thing. But everything must grow. And then from growing, it must go. You know what I'm saying? And, you know, you can never tell a person how to grieve. And that's one of the things that I don't like. You know, people have a tendency to have an opinion about how a person grieve, and you know, a person falling on the ground and acting up and stuff like that. They feel as though they, you know, doing too much. Look, let them do what they do. They feel like knocking the table over, knocking the TV over, what have you. Let them do what they do. As long as it's not hurting, harming anyone, let the person grieve. If they take 10 years to grieve, 20 years to grieve, the rest of their lives to grieve, it is what it is. People have connections with people, with their people in particular. So don't get in the way of the way people grieve, the way people feel and stuff, because we all take losses. Everybody has an expiration date. No one knows when it's coming. The element of surprise is a mother lover, how you say. You know what I mean? But
you're scaring people out there.
Is inevitable? No.
No, not just
can't be
but-
scaring
no,
nobody.
no.
This is factual.
Yeah, it's actually
inevitable.
factual,
But I'm just
yeah.
saying, just don't get in the way of people grieving the way people grieve.
Of course.
You know what I'm saying?
Everybody has their own way.
Everybody has
each his
their way,
own.
you know?
You can't tell that person how he feeling, what he doing, what he doing. That might be soothing him.
Yeah,
That might be his outlet.
as long as it don't get involved in, with
He hurting somebody,
hurting someone
or
else.
hurting
You know
himself.
what I'm saying?
You know.
Now, I want to know what people think about the Kanye West thing. What they call it, the anti what? What is it called? What?
White Lives Matter or the anti-Semitic?
Yeah, the anti-Semitic thing. Like, I mean, what's the definition of an anti-Semitic? Like I heard him say something to the effect of the definition of an anti-Semitic. If it's like that, then a person is lost. Let me try to look it up and see.
But that situation is like, I mean, I know a lot about what he was talking about, you know what I mean? But it's basically pertaining to the Illuminati stuff and all that, the unseen hand situation, you know what I mean? I guess his situation was he didn't know how to articulate what he was talking about, you know what I mean, in his delivery. Because, I mean, if we sit here and talk about...
and then it's crazy, right? Because now it has a name. It has a name, and this is wild. Anti-Semitic, hostile to or prejudiced against Jewish people. Wow.
Basically, that's what it is. Non-Jewish. Not even
a
non-Jewish.
person that holds such positions is, that's wild to me because that's something that's like almost like a law specific for that community.
That community, yeah.
You know what I mean? That's a law for a Jewish community, which, his argument is black people are Jews, are Jewish, are Jews. When you add the ish to the back of the Jew word, that's something different than the actual word Jew. And people need to understand that. And, that's nothing for us to really, debate on.
Yeah,
but as far as,
we might get in trouble.
The one thing that I could tell anybody to do when you're dealing with racism, discrimination, prejudice, bias, bigots, whatever, like where did it come from? Learn about the person, learn about, the situation, instead of walking into a situation being a bigot, being racist, being whatever, like learn about it, because all of this stuff begins at a certain age. You're taught that. You can put black, white, Hispanic, Chinese, any type of kid, baby together, they're gonna play. They're not gonna think about no color. They don't see that. They just see having a good time and being friendly. But once you teach a person hate or what have you, then it all starts from home. It all starts from a person's mind.
Indoctrination, man.
But as far as like with the kid, with Kanye go, he said it himself. His mental state. He's on medication, bipolar. He might he might be diagnosed with other ailments that's going on in his mind. But that don't mean to just straight up give up on him. My personal opinion. Of course, he says some things that's off the hook, that's off the chain. The one thing that I was like kind of like crazy, like nuts about was when he said the thing about the George Floyd.
Yeah, right there.
The knee on the neck thing, that's just that.
Yeah, I don't care what he was on.
The knee on the neck thing brought it to that level.
That was out of pocket.
Damn, why they couldn't see if he would have passed on sitting in the car? This man had his knee on his neck, chilling, looking at people like
talking at the same time, like it's a regular.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So that right there, I'm totally against that. And if anything pertaining to hate, when it comes to other hues and stuff like that, or other cultures or other, I don't even know
ethnicity,
about
other
race,
genders,
or
whatever. Yeah,
it shouldn't be no type of discriminatory situations with people. Everybody gotta exist in the same place. You know what I mean? Like people have an opportunity to do a lot of things in this world because there's a lot of money that's spread out. There's a lot of people that have a lot of money these days. If anybody feels some type of way against people, get away from them. Especially if you're dealing with money. If you're dealing with millions and billions of dollars, you don't have to be. You can go wherever your people are and live good. If you feel like you don't want to be around white people, if you got paper, man, go get away from them people. Go be around whatever your hue is. You know what I'm saying? Let's see how it work out. You know what I mean? Like, but you don't have to, man. We all got to exist on this planet, man. You know, straight up. And I mean, it's just wild for me. But you know, I got mad love for Ye. Mad love for Ye. I don't like, you know, what's going on with the situation and how they making it, you know, making it more than, you know, making it a bigger situation. I mean, they blowing it up. And I know that I would think that him being into church and all of that he don't mean he hate Jewish people. I would hope that he don't hate Jewish people. You know what I mean? Like, it's not the Jewish people's fault that they in the positions that they in. They did what they had to do to get in the positions
They
that
empower
they in.
themselves.
That's it.
That's all.
Can't be mad at nobody for getting in those positions. You know what I'm saying? Like, nah, you don't get, you can't be mad at nobody. He said something to the effect of him being jealous or something like that. Okay, yeah, you jealous of what, though? You know what I mean? Because you the trendsetter. You the one. You know what I mean? So you make it happen. Y'all make it happen. There's a lot of y'all outside of that hue that have money. Form your own committees and form your own societies and do what you got to do. See, the problem with people is they don't want to let go. People do not want to let go. People have a problem with letting go. Oh man, I said something the other day. It's almost like the umbilical cord thing. Like, people are scared to cut the umbilical cord from the oppressor, whoever the oppressor is. Because the oppressor don't necessarily have to be a white person. It don't have to be an Asian person. They don't have to be nobody. It could be any hue, any person.
A person could be your friend that you be with all the time.
Anybody.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But if you can't cut the umbilical cord, you know, it is what it is. You know what I mean? I mean, you know, at the end of the day, man, we just got to survive out here and just do what we need to do to survive. And you know, I don't think that is up to the stronger people to make the decision for the weaker people, because sometimes the stronger people can take advantage of things and do things that's foul to the weaker people. And the weaker people don't necessarily mean physically weak, mentally weak also. You know what I mean? You want to add on, Kick? We're going to roll it out a little bit longer, fam. You heard?
We got no more to say.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
Oh, let's talk about the dude. Wait, there's one more thing. This is a funny story. Let's talk about the dude we saw the other day that was at the... we saw walking home. A friend of ours
that was walking. Yeah, he was in a little stupor. The situation was wild. You know, this guy here, he's not no dummy or anything like that. But sometimes you can capsize yourself in libations and stuff like that. And this particular night, we happened to see this guy walking. Like, what the fuck's he doing? Like,
and like, offered him a ride. And he still wanted to. He was walking from a long distance to get home.
No, this wasn't even long. He made it long because he was in the stupor. He was inebriated. His walk home could have been abbreviated had he not been under the influence. You fathom? So he made his walk long because he was in a stupor, drunk.
Word.
You know what I'm saying? he made his walk home long. Like I said, he was inebriated. When you inebriated, you out of whack, you do some stupid shit. A drunken man and a drunkard is a fool, right?
Right.
So that's why.
That's a messed up situation because it's so many levels to the situation. There's so many scenarios that could play out of this situation. You know, the good thing is that he didn't drive home.
But still,
that's the beautiful part about it.
Got hit drunk,
but then that's where the other thing come in.
He could have got killed. He could have killed somebody.
Yeah, he could have been walking home, tripped in the street while the ongoing traffic and got hit. He could have been walking home. Kids could have seen him. Some little young boys could have seen him.
He looking real sweet. He looking real nice. When I say sweet, I mean, like, you know, he was decked in his garments and stuff. Yeah.
He whooped them and went all in his pockets and stuff. Now the person that he is, he wouldn't have went for that.
However,
and he definitely would have had his knife on him or something like that, and they could have went a different direction.
But that was some dangerous stuff, man. That was man. You gotta wake up and smell the coffee, man. Never a game though. I hope not for him. In this situation,
not getting that car.
And that person wanted to do that anyway. He would get like, he was opposing the situation. Being a little bit, what we say, he was being a little bit belligerent.
Yeah.
towards his boys that was trying to get him in the car. But he made it home, but still, though, he had to get chastised the next day. He had to hear it.
Yeah.
He took it. He was in agreement with what he did was stupid.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And some bonehead stuff. Like, you got to be mindful of that type of stuff, you know, as well as I do. You know, about situations like that occur, man, that can put you away for life.
Word.
In the ground or incarcerated.
Forever.
You know what I mean? For real, yo. Like, that's all, yo. Like, I want to touch on the Kanye situation a little bit because it's like this. Like, you know, what he said, the way he articulated, okay, he probably didn't know a little bit, like, what he needed to know about the situation. Right. I'm not mad at him, but just about the Lord situation. The Lord situation, that's the only problem I had with him. Because I know a lot of things that he was talking about.
Right,
you know what I'm
right.
saying? With
But I'm saying though, but you don't see the media. You know, the media gonna always make it. It's 100 different outlets, platforms that's gonna say what they want to say. Take a picture of them snarling. Take a picture of them with the hair on his face, making them look a certain way. You know what I mean? And then they put a caption on top and say something that they want to put.
The memes and all that.
Then, you know, people, we always follow what we see as far as what goes on with the media. But, you know, bad news travel fast anyway. So sometimes you can't always believe what you hear and what you read. What they say, believe half of what you see and none of what you hear.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Not saying that this is not true. Not saying that none of this stuff is true, but, you know, with the dude, man, I mean, like, I just hope that everything works out for him. I hope that he really didn't mean any harm towards anybody, you know, because that would be like an awful thing for him to really be sitting here talking crazy and stuff like that. Although, you know, behind the scenes, people have these conversations. Again, no matter what hue it is, people talk that nasty talk towards other hues and other cultures and stuff like that all day. But you can't bring it to the forefront because here it is, what they call a cancel culture. Now, it's, you know, everybody getting canceled. But why you getting canceled for what? Now all of a sudden you getting canceled when, you know, when people start speaking now. But when people were speaking back then, they didn't get canceled. You know what I mean? People wasn't getting canceled 40 years ago, 50 years ago. Say what they want to say. Had all types of signs. You couldn't cancel nobody. You couldn't cancel the people strong.
The orange and blue sign was well.
You couldn't get
the orange and blue sign.
All of that.
The Dukes of Hazzard, Jones.
Man, you know, that it was real. But you know, the cancel culture is crazy.
Yeah. But anyway,
we're gonna get to where we need to go. You know what I mean? I mean, hopefully within the next few years we get to where we need to be. If not, then you know, another 40 years go down the line and we might miss it. But nevertheless, you know, maybe our grandchildren will see it. You know what I'm saying?
Whenever she comes,
right.
Coming
you know what I'm saying? But they might be able to see it. But anyway,
kids.
You know, we kicking the Willy Bobo, just talking about, you know, just stuff, light stuff, like whatever. So, you know, again, check out Campfire Talk, the podcast. It airs every Tuesday. We've been sleeping on our missions, but we back on our macking. So check out Campfire Talk, the podcast, every Tuesday, 7 p.m. Be there or be square. We don't want you to be square. We want you to shoot for the universe and the galaxies, but most of y'all are going to only shoot for the street lights because that's as far as you can go. We have receipts. You know what I mean? Okay, give it to him.
I'm gonna give it to you. This. Here we go with the thought for the day. He that cannot forgive others breaks the bridge over which he may pass himself. For everyone has need to be forgiven. Let me say that.
You gotta break it down. Slow it up and break it down.
Okay, the thought for the day. He that cannot forgive others breaks the bridge over which he must pass himself or herself. For everyone has need to be forgiven. That's all.
Well, you know what it is. You know what we do at the end of the day. We throw it up 2 times. Knowledge, we put it together. That means peace.